Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Let us start the amazing session. But before we start, I want to know how is each and everyone doing today? I'm going to talk to those people who I see the faces. I see Prisla. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. How are you? You need to unmute yourself. How are you doing, Andrew? How are you doing, Andy?
I'm very fine.
Fine. Thank you. I'm here and everybody's here. And as you can see, I'm fighting with my camera here. But anyway, we're here. Thank you very much.
Yes, so we are all excited for today. So welcome everybody for today, Your Health and Wellness Matter series. And that is a part of Know Your Body program. Know Your Body program. So we
Know
are
your body.
delighted. Yes, you heard it right. So today's session is about knowing your body more, right? And today we have two incredible experts, Dr. Peggy Marinefield. She is a naturopathic doctor from Germany. And Trish, she's right here, Trish Schwenkler, a dedicated health and wellness coach. And our topic for the week is one that promises to be both enlightening and transformative, which is detoxifying the body with redox molecules. And in addition, our very favorite, Dr. Sunny, he will be skillfully guiding us through the remarkable benefits and functionalities of the BIP scan and, of course, ASEA. And before we dive in, I like to remind you the amazing event, which is just right there at the corner, the London Medical Conference on October 19th and 20th, 2024 at Queen Mary University, London. This event is one of the most anticipated event of the year. It offers an exceptional opportunity. It not only deepens your knowledge.
What's up?
Let me just mute her. Yes. So before we dive in, please welcome Dr. Sunny to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ash, for that sterling and invigorating introduction. Today is going to actually be a difference, the mother of all day. And I'm just going to leave the floor, just jump to say hello. John, just say hello to everyone. Then I can introduce our guest speaker for tonight, Trish. Our VIP is a global icon. Believe me, it's very rare to find Trish in any workshop. John, yes, you're on the podium right now.
Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to see you. And every week I see more and more naturopaths turn up, and it's wonderful. Thank you. Because the way of the future is to live with the earth, not against the earth. Bye-bye.
Very good. Excellent, John. Today, yes, as our host just mentioned, we'll be dealing with what actually happens in our body from day to day, from time to time. Our body go through a lot of molecular adjustments. Within the medical field, there is something that you're going to hear tonight that you may not have heard before, even within the medical community. And this is what the redox signaling molecule, what does it actually do in our body for our body to be brought back to full functionality in terms of optimizing your total and complete immune system, helping and regulating inflammatory in our body that happen from time to time, which means pain, and all the other ancillary issue relating to our body in terms of sustaining pains are reduced, if not eliminated completely. How about our cardiovascular issue? In any particular calendar year, we have about 70 million deaths around the globe, 70 million. And cardiovascular issue is about a third. It claims about a third of these deaths around the globe. And this particular product that Trish and Dr. Peggy are going to be unveiling to us today is how this particular redox signaling molecule can detoxify and allow our body systems, the lungs, the liver, the pancreas, all of that to function to their optimal capacity and capability. Isn't that really amazing? This also, the supplement, the redox signaling molecule, enable and empower the body to be able to communicate effectively. Scientifically, yes, our body reduces the performance after the age of 12, 13, 14, the ability for the cell to reproduce itself begin to deteriorate. But this particular signaling molecule baffles the doctors because a lot of research have gone into it, and ASEA is the only company at this point in time that have been able to capture and champion this particular discovery. And this is all you're going to be hearing tonight. Well, appropriately, this particular platform is called Know Your Body Program. It is a weekly program whereby we bring you a lot of different experts from time to time and from week to week. Now, who are we going to be hearing from tonight? Well, Trish is actually going to be deputizing for Dr. Peggy, but the pedigree of Dr. Peggy is just the one that is amazing, and I'm going to allow Trish to actually present that. But a naturopath of many, many years of standing that work not just in Europe, but other and different parts of the globe. Originally from Germany, but is a health and wellness focused expert. So without further ado, I'm now going to bring to the podium Trish, who is going to be representing us for tonight. Trish, you're now really at the center stage at the spotlight or in the spotlight, whichever way you want to put it, in any form or shape. Trish, you're welcome, and we're so glad that you've actually taken out your time to be able to have time for this, for us, on this particular platform. So, Trish, I don't introduce you, but you can just introduce yourself. I know you're humble about it, but blunt it.
Thank you, Dr. Sunny. Hello from the United States to all the good people in the UK. Great to be with all of you. Dr. Letitia, thank you so much. Is it Ashwarya? Am I saying your name correctly? For organizing this webinar. I see some faces I've seen before, like John, and some new faces. So thank you for spending this time with me and with Dr. Sunny. So Dr. Peggy, as Dr. Sunny mentioned, is a naturopathic doctor from Germany. She's been living in Bali, I believe, for the past couple of decades. I've been in the health and wellness industry for over 30 years, educating people about health and wellness and technologies that can make them healthier. And so I had the opportunity to interview Dr. Peggy a few weeks ago. She's sleeping now. It's like 3 a.m. I think in Bali. So I'm going to play the recording. It's about 25 minutes long, but it's very, very interesting. It's one of the most popular interviews that I've ever done. So I just ask you to turn your speakers up. Oh, I need to have screen sharing, please.
Yeah, we're going to make you a co-host right now.
Okay.
In fact, even before you ask for it, you're already a co-host.
Okay, well, when I click, it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Well,
so it says you are the co-host now.
I am faster than the computer.
Okay, I'm the co-host now. Okay, I got it. I got it. We're on. The game is on. Okay. So I'll start out here by introducing Dr. Peggy. Again, turn your speakers up and pay close attention. It's a very interesting video. Let's see. Physician, originally from Germany, now living and practicing in Bali, Indonesia for the past, I believe, couple of decades. So tonight we have with us Dr. Peggy Marion Field, and it's a super pleasure to have you. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, Dr. Peggy.
Thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure. Yeah, wonderful to join the community here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So Dr. Peggy, can we start out with you sharing with our listeners a little bit about your professional background, why you became a naturopath, why you moved to Bali, and maybe just a little bit about your training and that type of thing?
Yes, of course, we can share this. So practically, I was from little on very interested in natural medicine, and I started having a side shop in school and was selling herbs on the Sunday markets and teas, and I was always in this field very interested. And then I studied natural medicine after high school, and yeah, it was amazing journey. It was beautiful, and I loved what to do, and I had so many extra trainings later on in homeopathy and other things, but it's always a pleasure. Now I'm 30 years in, and it's beautiful, and I practiced practically 12 years in Germany before, close to Frankfurt, had my own private practice, and then in 2005 we decided to move to Bali, Indonesia. So since then, I'm practicing here, and I created actually my dream, what I always had, to create a healing center. So we, meanwhile, 6 practitioners working together. So with all the different modalities, we have Chinese medicine, acupuncture, Reiki, theta healing, sound healing, hypnotherapy, osteopathy. So we offer a wide range of natural medicine, and this is beautiful. So we have a big center here.
That is beautiful. Congratulations on creating your dream. That's fabulous. Really. So Dr. Peggy, tell us a little bit about how you discovered redox.
Yeah, so I came along somewhere many years ago, and I tried to contact the company back then and say, I'm in Indonesia, I'm really interested in the product. And well, back then, ASEA wasn't ready for Indonesia, so it was difficult to get my hands on, and it kind of slipped down my mind. And then I met Kate, and she lives in Bali too, and she's a big in the ASEA world. So, and she said, she should try this product, and she found a way, how could we import it to Bali through Singapore. So I said, let's try this, and I got a couple bottles, and of course my specialty is also live blood analysis since 30 years, and I always like to look at the things, before and after, what's happened to the blood if we do this, which difference is to see. So it was quite impressive because we had a little bit we tried different things out and looked at blood, and it was actually amazing how fast the blood was changing after people drank ASEA. So that was very impressive. And since then, I'm using it in my clinic, and it's a game changer. I would say it's kind of doesn't matter what people presenting. It's an amplifier.
So you use a lot of modalities there to help people. I think you use a lot of intravenous type things. And so you're saying when redox molecules came along, they amplified all of these other modalities that you use. Do you want to share with us some of the modalities you use to treat people and how redox molecules compare or amplify those treatments?
Yeah, so we use intravenous treatments a lot with high dose vitamin C and chelation therapy, as well as ozone therapy. And of course, when we do IV treatments, it's obviously right in the veins, in the blood. So we see changes in the blood really fast. But I never have seen it giving something orally to someone that we say, I give you a capsule vitamin C, and you look before and after. So there is not much of a difference. So this was the discovery that we saw changes in people's blood in 5 to 10 minutes after drinking, say 100 to 200 milli of ASEA. We can show some slides what actually happening.
Go ahead, please, Dr. Peggy.
Yeah, so when we looked at people's blood, so most people have quite, we call it oleo formation, really coagulated blood. And I think that's what it majorly does. I mean, this is a sample of a healthy blood cells. We see the red blood cells, they're all nice and round, surface is looking good, they're separated. So that's what we're always aiming for, that these cells pretty much on their own, so they can carry enough oxygen and nutrients through the body. This bright shiny one is a white blood cell, a neutrophil. So we're looking also at these cells and the activity of the cells. So to show the difference to a hematology, so we're looking here more at the quality of the cells, not just the quantity. Because if you have a normal hematology, we just have a count of the cells. Here we're looking more at the quality. So we want to see these cells actually moving. We see these little shiny dots in the background. That's all microorganisms. They're part of our immune system as well. So we're looking at all the vitality of these blood cells. Yeah, and then we can see, if you show the other slide, Trish. Yeah, here we see already a little bit more coagulation of the blood. The blood cells are not as spread out as we would like to have them. And then actually what's happening, the surface of the cells gets less to carry the oxygen and nutrients through our body.
Okay, so these pictures or these videos you're not trying to illustrate anything about redox molecules. You're simply showing people what healthy blood looks like first and what less healthy blood looks like in the second slide, right?
Yes, and we have another slide where it's even more coagulated. This one, yeah. So here we see the cells are very connected to each other. And this was actually blood. When we see this, it's quite common that people have those kind of blood condition, which is not great for sure, but it's common. And we would give this person a kind of 120 or 150 milli of ASEA. We reverse this problem in quite 10 minutes back to normal blood cells. This was the discovery, so that it actually goes back to really separated cells. Yeah.
Within 10 minutes of drinking a couple of cups of redox molecules, right?
Yes, yeah, we did a couple of filming and videos already, also workshops where we demonstrated that here in Bali. It's very fascinating how fast these cells go back to a normal floating free cell. You know, and that's very important because it doesn't matter which therapy I do or if I give people vitamins or electrolytes, we still need these cells to be able to carry those, you know, so you always need a good cellular condition to heal whatever you want to heal. So it's a game changer in this perspective that we see where we achieve in a very short time something like this, that the blood goes from very coagulated back to a normal stage.
Incredible. So you've seen this with many people who've used redox molecules. You've looked at their blood and seen the same results for many people. Yeah. Is that right, Dr. Peggy?
Yeah, it's always happened. It's not, we have always immediately a change.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's what people.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I would say it doesn't matter what people present, if it's an acute disease, a chronic disease, even for long-lasting diseases, it's always the effect is right away there.
The change in the blood.
What we see in the treatments, so we shorten the treatment duration drastically because everything what else we do, yeah, ozone therapy and so, if we have a cellular condition there, that the ozone can be carried through the body, the outcome is so much better.
Amazing. So I just want to reiterate what you said before, Dr. Peggy. As far as you know, as far as you've seen, redox molecules are the only oral product that makes this kind of change, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Incredible. So did you want to talk a little bit about the DNA and what you've seen with that with redox molecules? Did you want to speak to that a little bit, Dr. Peggy?
Well, ASEA has done a lot of studies about DNA mutation and repair of those. I mean, this is very impressive. When I looked at the beginning of ASEA, I looked at these studies, and this was very impressive for me. And of course, I do also in my practice a lot of DNA testing. And we know everybody has their DNA mutation somewhere. But we see, especially with patients, they have MTHFR mutations or COMT mutations, that their outcome in the methylation pathways is very compromised. And this is also here again a game changer, because in my old days, I tried to give glutathione, to the glutathione IVs, but it was never, the outcome wasn't as I would expect it. Or we had to people really every week on their glutathione IVs and things, but it's not also convenient for people to come every week to a doctor and get their IVs. So since we started using ASEA, we saw these changes also in there, that the methylation pathway is working much better, which is of course a very important thing for detoxification, for methylation, for everything. And so I also myself have an MTHFR mutation, a homozygous form, which from both parents, so which can affect your pathways quite severely. And I struggled always, how can I get them working with B vitamins and other things? But since I saw that personally, ASEA, it was also a change for me, big time. And of course, I see it in my patients too. So it is really, really nice to see that with a single supplement, you can achieve so much, where I had before to give a whole combination of methylated B vitamins, TMG and betaine and all those things. So it changed a lot.
Yeah, and you're saying that not only is it more effective, but it's also more cost effective for your patients and much more convenient than coming in time and time and time again to have IVs and things like that, right?
Absolutely. It is a costing. I mean, many patients say, oh, it's so expensive, ASEA. And I say, well, if you come every way for an IV, this costs you double the money. So it's actually not an argument. So if you think about invest in your health, do something for yourself, even stay healthy or improve your health, that's the perfect supplement, I would say. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think you had mentioned something when we spoke a few days ago about heavy metals.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, Dr. Peggy?
Yeah, we see a huge increase in heavy metal intoxication. I do a lot of analysis in the clinic, and I have to say, I mean, I obviously do this 30 years. There was an increase, but the last, I would say, 3-4 years, we see such spiking levels of, especially aluminum and mercury in people. And of course, we know our environment is quite toxic. Not even thinking about microplastics or like pesticides, insecticides, everything what's in our air, what's in our food, in the water, and fluorides, also in cosmetics and what we put on our skin. So there's a lot of toxicity. And of course, toxins are the driving force for many diseases. They're disturbing our microbiomes, they're interrupting our hormones. So there's a lot what actually heavy metals or other toxins can cause in our body. And detoxification was always a topic what I was always on. And of course, we do a lot of different things in the clinic, the typical things like toxin binders, like chlorella, zeolite, cilantro, chelation therapy. but also here again, when ASEA came in the game, we saw it working much faster. So everything was again like amplified. You know, people had less Herxheimer reactions. We call it when we go through detox crisis, when we do something and people getting actually they're getting detox symptoms like flu-like or hangover symptoms, so they don't feel good. This is much less. So if we actually giving additional redox molecules, I mean, it makes sense because if we understand what redox molecules doing in the cells, their job is to detox and repair. So generally, we give more power to the body to do and go through also other therapies. And especially with the detoxification, I think for me, I would say it's a must do. You cannot put someone on a detox journey and you don't give him the right ingredients to do so. Yeah, I would say that's very important. And it's very fast that we see people actually get rid of those things where before it took sometimes 6 months, 12 months to get people through these processes.
So can you actually tell when someone's body is ridding itself of these heavy metals? Do you have a way of seeing that or knowing that?
Well, I can again look in the microscope in a blood, and usually when people go through detox, their blood is very full of toxic loads, so we can see it in the blood. But also people feel it themselves. You know, when your sweat sometimes doesn't smell good, or your urine changes in colors and smell. So you can sometimes feel when people go to detox phases, but also they can really feel not good. I mean, we know this we call it the hangover feeling, when you get headaches and you feel just foggy and body aches and, these type of symptoms that can appear if we go through detoxes. Yeah.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. So I didn't ask you this question the other day, so this is a surprise question, Dr. Peggy. Do you consider redox good for your practice? Because I think some doctors might rather have people be coming back again and again to get their, IVs and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the way how you practice for sure. I mean, I did practically work, so I'm 30 years in, so 26 years I worked without redox. It was working too, for sure, but it just makes it so much easier and faster. So it's a very amazing, convenient tool to have, as I compare it to IV glutathione. Yeah, and this is not accessible also for a lot of patients. I mean, not everybody has a doctor around who is doing this, and it's expensive. So I would say even, because glutathione, if you give it intravenously, it's maybe 24, 48 hours in the body, then it would leave. So when we do drinking ASEA, we drink it twice a day. So we're constantly keeping these levels driving, constantly our cells working to this optimum. So that's much better, much more effective if I have just one glutathione IV once a week, maybe, and I have only 2 days, maybe, where I have an improvement in my cellular health. This really the difference. It's just much more convenient, more easy, more accessible for people. Yeah.
Well, obviously, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah, and we see really these changes in people, even in the mood. I mean, I of course, many people nowadays very stressed, they're with brain fog, many people presenting these symptoms. And even there we can see the changes, that people feel better, they say like, I need the light again. I get all kinds of reports in so many different directions, which is interesting. We give one substance and we achieve so many things of the physical, but also emotional side. And that's amazing. I wouldn't know any other supplement what does this. We give always, this is for this is for your mood, this is for this, but this is kind of an all-rounder, and you can achieve so many things on different levels, which is also very nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously your objective is to get good results for your patients, for the people who come to you, who trust you, who of course pay you. And I really admire you as a doctor for being willing to provide the best that you can for your patients with redox molecules. I think that's fantastic. So we're going to wrap up here in a few minutes, Dr. Peggy. What else would you like to share with people or say to people, either about your practice or about redox molecules? Anything else you can think of that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think what's really important to create an awareness in people that they need a daily support in their detoxification. As I explained before, we see drastically increase in intoxication in people over the last years. And I think we sometimes not aware because you don't feel it right away. It's not, you get the symptom and oh, I got mercury in my body, but it's not like this. This goes for years on and will accumulate in the organs and our fat tissues, in the brain, especially in the glands and our organs. And of course, over the time, there will cause a lot of harm. And you don't feel it right away, yeah? So you feel it maybe in 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years, and get diagnosed with something what you don't want. And to have this in awareness that we have actually daily support, and ASEA is perfect for it because it helps all these detoxification pathways. And maybe add also these toxin binders on a daily basis, like chlorella or zeolite or activated charcoal. There's so many different binding substances that we do this actually on a daily basis as a routine. I think that's very important to create this awareness in people because you don't feel it, You have all the pollution, you breathe in, but you have not right away symptoms. But we see the problematic happening over the years. And also in children, especially. I mean, I test a lot of children in this regard too, and they have also already very high levels of toxicity. And of course, for children, it can, affect their learning abilities, their focus in studying school. So many symptoms what can develop out of this. And that's why I always say, it has to be a daily routine, like brushing your teeth, to take your, detox support. I think that's very important.
I love your focus on that, Dr. Peggy. And, we don't ever make any medical claims about redox molecules that they can heal or cure any disease. However, when the body has less of a toxic burden, it has a much better chance to do what it's supposed to do, which is to reach optimal health.
Absolutely.
So I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much. So Catherine Wells is also okay. I think we'll go ahead and end it there. So I hope you enjoyed Dr. Peggy as much as I did. I think she's a brilliant practitioner with some great information about redox. So Dr. Sunny, where would you like to go from here?
Wow, wow, what can I say? We have some, let me just close my window. This is just, well, what more can I say? So I feel you can all hear me better right now because I'm actually in the city center. Dr. Peggy have mentioned the pollution in the city center. I mean, it's been actually written that scientifically that if you live in London, it's as if you're smoking a packet of cigarette every single day because of the urban population. Well, what I can actually get from that is all about, it said that the ASEA redox signaling molecule is a game changer and it has no side effect. In fact, just before we call for question and answer, we're going to put on the podium, I'm going to ask Ash to actually put that in. And Dr. Peggy also mentioned about the toxicity even of our food, water, and cosmetics. Can you imagine that? And the redox signaling molecule can help us to reduce and the side effect of all of this. And she also mentioned that it gives power to the body so that the body can fight any of the attacks that could happen. And when you ask Dr. Peggy whether the redox signaling molecule is good for her practice as a doctor, well, she simply said, yes, it gives the body and my client the cell driving away any issue relating to pathogenic and psychological emotional side repairs and adjust our whole body. This is why I actually call this a signaling molecule as an adjuster, a molecule adjuster to our body. And I quite like the question you asked about what the redox signaling molecule, how he actually support her client. He said she recommended, he said, daily taking in the supplement. It will support the detoxification because of the urban pollution to regulate and bring about the balanced health situation. Just before we move forward, Trish, Aisha, can you just put on that diagram and some of the things that the side effect, then we can ask Trish to be able to give us some other supporting impact. And we also have Judith as well. Judith is my mentor who is actually dealing with this particular. Right, Ash, are you there? Yeah, are you there to be able to now present to the whole people exactly what this redox actually does in support of what we just heard from Dr. Peggy? And we have some medical doctors here from Saudi Arabia and from America and from different parts of the world. We also have pharmacists. So this is quite an interesting topic for today for many, many people. And I remember actually Mary Momo has actually said any side effect. Well, Mary, as you may have heard from Dr. Peggy, there are no side effects because this is in nature to the body. Ash, are you there? Or are you having difficulties in terms of the internet connectivity today? Internet connectivity have been absolutely crazy today all over the world. Ash, are you there? If you're not, then let me know. Okay, just before Aisha actually puts that on, this is in support of what Dr. Peggy was saying in terms of what this redox signaling molecule is actually doing. This is a scientific discovery, which is a lot of doctors have been baffled for so many, many years. And we have now seen the impact and what this signaling molecule is actually doing to the human body. Because it's natural to our body system and the body functionality. Ash, are you able to now present for me that particular ASEA redox signaling molecule, just to see the different properties and the different, right? Everybody consider now, Ash, you are just super incredible. You're just as good as Trish right now. This is what we're talking about here. And this is what I got from my doctor friend, Dr. Roberto. And Dr. Roberto said that when breakthroughs happen to so do miracles. This is ASEA signaling molecule. It's like a miracle, as you have heard from Dr. Peggy as well. And we allow a lot of medical doctors here this evening to be able to raise a lot of questions. But what does it actually do in summary? Improve your immune system capability to function. You know, I know that when your immune system is in a balanced state, disease is far away from you because the body now has the capability to be able to fight. It regulates inflammation. improve cardiovascular health. Like I said to you earlier, 70 million people that die every single year. Cardiovascular disease contributes over a third of that death. Isn't that sad, of those deaths, right? And this particular ASEA redox signaling molecule can and does support our body systems, promotes digestive system, the production of enzyme. A lot of people take probiotics, and I said, when you have this particular bottle in front of you, you don't need the probiotics, really and truly. This does the whole works in a process. Improve hormone imbalances, protect against free radical. Yes, if your immune system is actually high, bacteria will have none chance, none of it, to be able to attack you and cause you any disease. The glutathione 800%, what is that glutathione? That represents the chemical production of our body infrastructure to be able to defend and wage war against any invading enemy. Isn't that incredible? It fortifies and builds our immune system and immune capability. Cellular communication, which means the body can communicate between different parts, it enhances all of that. I remember one of our doctors who actually came to speak a few years ago, he said, any body, any animal with cells and genes, this is a product for them. So said Dr. Brian. It was on this platform few months ago, few weeks ago, to suggest that this particular product not only good for we as human, it's also good for your animal, your cat, your dog, your rats, your reptile, any animal, because they have genes and cells at the same time. How about men or sport and other explosive exercises? Increase the level of endurance, the power output. It increases. So what more can I say? And if you go through surgery, it improves the recovery process, speed it up. No side effect, Mary, as you've heard earlier, and also from Judy. Because this is actually native to the body. So you're using the body system to readjust its own system. Zero level of toxicity. Yes, this particular ASEA redox signaling molecule is actually helping us to cope with the toxicity that happens in London, in Tokyo, in New York, in different parts of the globe. But this is the interesting part. Supported by research and clinical studies. Let's just look into some of the condition, right? Let's look into the history of this particular lady. Amidra recovery process. Well, Amidra actually suffered from what is called the bullous pemphigoid, right? You can actually pronounce it the way you want, but this is a rare kidney disease that was caused by autoimmune deficiency. And look at what happened, this story from the 25th of February for this particular lady. Look at her body. She started using the redox signaling molecule from the 26th of February. Look at what actually happened through the transition period of time over a period of just 3 weeks. The doctor had written her off that she cannot survive. They were just preparing for her to go home and die through this rare kidney disease. But ASEA redox molecule, signaling molecule, retrieved this particular woman from the jaws of death. We're not talking about what happened a year ago. We're talking about what actually happened this year, 2024. Look at the transformation. Look at what this lady actually went through. The doctor were hopeless. They have nothing to provide for her. ASEA readers signaling molecule came to a rescue. Dr. Peggy said, it goes through the pathological, psychological, and the emotional side effect repairs. And I call it the molecular adjuster of our whole body system. Do you know anyone who is suffering from any sort of medical condition right now? Or are you personally actually having any sort of medical condition? We're not promising anything, but as my Dr. Roberto said, he said it's like a miracle. And you also heard it from Peggy that this is a product. It's like a miracle. She had never seen anything like it for her over 30 years of practice in Germany and now also in Indonesia. I personally have not seen anything of its like. I used to be diabetic. Before I came in contact with this product, ASEA readers signaling molecule, I started taking it back in from 24th of February to date. I take it every single day. And my diabetic condition has improved. If that was not as a result of ASEA Redox, I don't know what it was, because this is a condition I've had. And I was in a conference in Budapest back in February, March, where I was so privileged to meet Trish, right? It was just an amazing eye-opening because I didn't know who Trish was. Apart from the fact that Trish was looking after the interests of so many people at the conference. And when I was introduced to this particular product, I decided to start using it. I can tell you right now that my diabetic condition had disappeared. The TTT that I used to suffer, being tired, being thirsty, and going to the toilet 3-4 times a night, that had gone. This is my own personal testimony. But coming back to Peter, I met Peter at a conference, and we were all talking about what are those advantages of having the redox. Peter said he was a type 1 diabetic patient, which means he had to inject himself with insulin 3-4 times a day. This is his statement, not me, right? 3-4 times a day. But he said over the last, since he's been taking the ASEA readers signaling molecule, that has reduced or has improved, and even his doctor couldn't even tell. That has improved his condition by over 60%. 60. That is, if it's not ASEA readers signaling molecule, I don't know what that could be. If you say it's a placebo, okay, if it does the job, let's stick to it. Let's use the placebo to be able to deal with the condition. But these are my own personal and the people I know, and many of my own clients who are actually currently using the redox signaling molecule. And you also heard a testimonial a few minutes ago from Dr. Peggy. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to hand back to Trish to give us a summary. Then we'll go to the audience for question and answer. Trish, back to you now.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sunny. Did you want me to show a few slides about redox? Is that what you want me to do for 10 minutes or so, or is that or not?
Yeah, absolutely. 10 minutes is brilliant because we just got at exactly 10 minutes.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, so thank you for that information, Dr. Sunny. So like Dr. Sunny says, ASEA is a cellular health product. It truly is the single greatest health science breakthrough of our lifetime, as you are learning here today from Dr. Peggy, as well as from Dr. Sunny. So ASEA's mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. I think that's something we can all resonate with. And ASEA, over the past 15 years since they've been in business, they have transformed tens of thousands of lives around the world. ASEA is now operating in 34 countries, and they have never done any advertising. The only way that people find out about ASEA is through word of mouth. Dr. Sunny is sharing ASEA with people that he knows. Judith is sharing ASEA with people she knows, and that's how ASEA grows. So redox molecules are not like anything else you've ever heard of before. They're not vitamins or minerals or antioxidants. This is not another type of exotic juice or another type of alkaline water. Redox molecules are completely different from anything else on the market. They enhance vital cellular functions and improve total body health by empowering every system of the body to function optimally. So to explain what redox signaling molecules are, this larger pink circle represents one of the 75 trillion cells that make up your body. So every cell in our body is primarily made of salt and water. Well, of course, your tears are salty. When you sweat, it's salty. The amniotic fluid is salty, right? So our body's primarily made of these little tiny cells made of salt water. Now, inside of every cell is the mitochondria that produces energy. Please raise your hand if you're alive. Okay, I'm assuming everyone here is alive. The reason that you're alive is because every single one of your 75 trillion cells are constantly producing energy. And in the process of producing energy, they also produce redox signaling molecules. And these molecules are made inside of your cells from two simple ingredients, water and salt. So let's just review on the side there. Redox signaling molecules are communication molecules. They are created within every cell of the body for plants, animals, and humans. They are vital to life. So redox comes from two words, reductants, which prevent cell damage, which is essentially aging and disease, and oxidants that balance the immune system, protect against harmful bacteria, viruses, and infection. So you can see why some of the photos that Dr. Sunny showed, ASEA is not healing or curing anything. ASEA is simply empowering the body to heal itself. So redox biochemistry is one of the fastest growing areas of science in the world. There have been over 10,000 studies on redox signaling that have been published in peer-reviewed scientific and medical journals. And over 1,200 books on redox biochemistry have been written. So redox molecules affect all the major body systems: circulatory, digestive, endocrine, lymphatic, muscular, nervous, respiratory, reproductive, and skeletal, which enhances, again, our body's natural ability to heal itself. The redox molecules aren't healing or curing anything. They're empowering all these systems of the body to work optimally. And then, just like God intended, the body heals itself. Now, here's the problem. Is anybody here getting older every day? I'm getting older every day. So is Dr. Sunny. So is John, right? So
Yeah.
as we age, and of course, we all eat a poor diet. Even if we try to eat a good diet, our food is not as nutritional as it was hundreds of years ago. And we all have stress in our lives, right? And so because of these factors, our cells produce less and less energy. Therefore, they produce less and less redox signaling molecules. So healthy children have lots of energy. They sleep well. They heal quickly. And then because they have lots of redox signaling molecules. But then when children become teenagers, they usually turn into couch potatoes, right? And from there on, it's all downhill. Our eyes don't work as well. We start to get wrinkles. We don't have as much energy because we used to think this was just because of old age, but now we know that it's because of the deficiencies and imbalances in redox function. So we all look a little like this guy. We're deficient in these very important molecules. And now for the very first time in history, we can replenish our bodies with the very same redox signaling molecules that our cells created when we were younger. And only one company has been able to harness the power of redox molecules. Even today, after 15 years in business, ASEA is the only company that has been able to create bioactive, stabilized redox signaling molecules outside of the body, put them in a bottle so you can drink the molecules, put them in a gel so you can rub the molecules on your body. So who can benefit from redox technology? Anybody who wants to stay healthy. Anybody who's into anti-aging, anybody who plays any type of sports. Okay, you may say, I don't play sports. Well, guess what? If you have to take care of children, if you have a job, whatever you do, you have to use your body. You are an athletic person. Does anyone here want to be more handsome or more beautiful? We all do, right? So, redox signaling molecules are completely different from anything else on the market. They represent a new frontier of science, and this difference is sustainable. Our product is heavily patented. Even today, we have zero competition. No one else in the world has been able to create these amazing molecules. So, whoops, I kind of got on the wrong slideshow here. Let's see here. Let me go to, I was going to show you some things about Renew, about the gel. Let me just quickly bring up another set of slides here.
Yeah, you have loads of time, Trish. There's no
I have
rush.
lots of time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I meant to bring up a different slide deck.
No problem. No rush at all.
Let me open. I think this one here. I think this one. Let me see here. Oh yeah, this is the one I want right here. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, thanks for your patience. Thank you, Dr. Sunny. Okay, so how does ASEA create these amazing molecules? Well, what they do is they start with pristine salt water, water and salt, the same ingredients that are found inside of every one of your 75 trillion cells. Then ASEA takes these simple ingredients through a very complex patented process that breaks the salt water down into free-floating atoms, sodium chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen. And then the atoms are restructured into stabilized redox signaling molecules. So even though redox signaling molecules are originally made from salt and water, just the way our cells make them, one serving of ASEA actually contains less sodium than a carrot. So nobody has to worry about the sodium content of ASEA. So if you Google ASEA, what you're going to find sometimes is good information, but as we all know, when you Google anything, sometimes you're going to find false information, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
what we recommend is that you go to a reputable website, ASEAglobal.com. You can click on the science tab and you can get good research about ASEA. One of the things that you're going to see there is a study by Tourette Laboratories, which is one of the top genetic labs in North America. And Tourette Laboratories did an 8-week study on ASEA redox, and they found that ASEA redox activates gene signaling pathways that positively impact 5 major areas of health. So healthy digestion, hormone modulation, immune system, inflammatory response, and cardiovascular health. So one product, one technology that can do all of these things, which is why people are getting the amazing results that Dr. Peggy showed with her blood microscopy and that Dr. Sunny showed with his pictures. So you don't have to be sick to benefit from ASEA. ASEA benefits everyone from the fittest of the fit to the sickest of the sick and everyone in between. ASEA empowers athletes to experience improvements in endurance, strength, recovery, and mental stamina. In another research project that ASEA did, they actually found that mice drinking ASEA for only 7 days ran 29% further until they became exhausted. And that's one of the things that I noticed when I found ASEA. I was in my 50s, I was pretty healthy, but what I found was after a few weeks of drinking ASEA on a daily basis, I didn't get tired. I could just keep going and doing the things that I like to do and the things that I need to do. So ASEA's redox technologies can benefit us from the inside out with our redox supplement, as well as from the outside in with our redox gel, which is called Renew 28. So the redox gel only has 4 ingredients: water and salt, of course, to make the molecules, an ingredient that actually makes it thick, like a lotion that you can put on your body, and then a pH balancer. So there's no other ingredients. But what we found with Renew 28 is that people actually age slower. So this guy here is a veterinarian, and he lives in Maryland in the US. He applied redox gel to one half of his face and not to the other half of his face. And after 28 days, his wife said, "You look like you had a stroke. You better put redox on both sides of your face." So we've seen these amazing benefits, these amazing results. This woman had some type of growth on her face. I don't know what it is. We can't make claims that ASEA heals or cures any disease or medical condition. ASEA is not a pharmaceutical product. It is a wellness product. But what you can see is, again, after using Renew 28 for 28 days, what happened is that the immune system, or the body itself, destroyed the damaged cells and produced nice, new, fresh, clean cells, which resulted in fresh, clean skin. So if the redox gel does this on the outside of your body and you can see it, just imagine what the redox drink is doing to the inside of your body to destroy damaged cells and create new healthy cells. So with the Renew 28, we have something called 3 and 5. And if someone's not sure about ASEA, we tell them, go purchase a tube of Renew 28. Identify an area of the body where you have discomfort, soreness, stress, tightness, or limited range of motion. Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Apply the redox gel 3 times in 5 minutes, and then rate the same area on a scale of 1 to 10. So I have actually traveled quite a bit, not only in the US, but also around the world. I've done presentations in Australia, in Asia, in Europe, and I usually bring 12 people to the front of the room. I ask them to identify an area of the body that's not feeling well. They don't even have to rub the gel on that area. They can rub it right here 3 times in 5 minutes. And if you have 12 people who are doing this test, 10 or 11 or 12 out of 12 always report that the pain and discomfort has gone down significantly. So it's a fun test to do. It's a great way to test out redox molecules. And just like Dr. Sunny was sharing, we have tens of thousands of people around the world who have really incredible, really miraculous stories using redox signaling molecules. But even if you're not a person with a terrible malady, I certainly wasn't. I was 50 something, I felt pretty good. But you know what? I want to keep feeling good. I want to keep living younger, longer. I want to slow down the aging process as much as I can. So again, every person on the planet, no matter what their age, no matter what kind of physical shape they're in, can benefit from redox signaling molecules. So there you go, Dr. Sunny. I hope that's what you wanted.
Fantastic. Oh, I just gone blank, believe me, but what you just presented, it was just so awesome. I am just so happy. Well, this is the only presentation we have for today, but we're going to take a break. But just before we go to take a break, let me just highlight that Trish says does not kill, but enables the body to heal itself. So it uses the body system within the system to readjust its own system. That's why I call it an adjuster to our body.
Perfect.
It is a wellness product, not an allopathic product. Incredible. Now, we have exactly, we just utilize all the time we have for this particular segment of the presentation, but we have a time for 1 or 2 minutes questions. Questions on the platform right now. Then before we take a little break, then we will conclude with all the other stuff. So let me just pick on one of our doctor from Saudi Arabia. So Dr. Kujo, what's your own experience for tonight? What would you have to say in terms of what you're hearing today as a medical doctor and also as a public practitioner? Dr. Kujo, you can unmute and also you show your picture if you're able to do so and speak to us with what you've heard so far. Kujo, are you there? Oh, you're back to the clinic.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Evening, doctor.
Yeah, sorry, my mic is was muted and I was not
No, we can hear you very clearly now, but we just need to see your face. Remember, I'm the host for tonight. If you can, that would be great. Go on. I know it's late at Saudi Arabia. I know it's late, but we're glad to have you here. Okay.
Can see you.
We can hear you very clearly. Go on, speak to us. What you heard so far, Dr. Peggy, and our health and wellness coach for many, many years, Trish.
All right, so it's been a beautiful presentation, and this is my first time joining, and I've actually learned a lot.
Just give us a bit of background about yourself, Kujo, please.
All right, so my name is Dr. Ekachi Ndiji. Kujo is my nickname, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my name is Dr. Ekachi. I'm a medical doctor, a medical resident currently practicing in Saudi Arabia. I work as an emergency resident in the hospital. I also have a background in public health. I have masters in public health, and I'm also hoping to pursue a PhD in health management. All right, so but presently I'm working as an emergency resident in Saudi Arabia. Okay, I've been in Saudi Arabia for about 4 years, and I'm also hoping to move over to the UK because I've had my exams, my PLAB exams, PLAB 1, PLAB 2, and I've been successful. So I'm also hoping to move over to the UK and continue further training, and seek newer challenges.
So,
all right,
you're also a member of the UK medical body. Which one?
Yes, a General Medical Council.
Okay, with the
yeah. I'm a member of
General Medical Council.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Nigerian. I'm a member of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. I'm a member of the Saudi Commission for Health Specialists, and I'm also a member of the Medical and of the General Medical Council UK.
Okay, very good. Now we have seen your pedigree. We heard about your pedigree. What is your own? I know for many medical practitioners, when they hear about the redox signaling molecule, is something really very unique, because it's not something that you and I learned from the medical school, as you know.
Yeah.
And it's a very new area. So from what you've heard for tonight, as a medical doctor, what is your own, what can you say in terms of what this product, this technology can do to the human race in terms of health and wellness?
All right, so thank you very much. So one of the key points I had you talk about, you said it's not, you said it's a product that can help the body to, heal itself. And it's not like it's a treatment per se, but it helps the body to assists in itself in healing.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. So like one of the speakers rightly said, as we age and due to environmental factors, there are a lot of say organisms and other molecules that we get into the body from different sources, from air, from what we take. Okay, and so this ASEA comes in as, like was pointed out, as a reductant and also as an oxidant.
Very
Okay,
good.
so it's tries to break down, some of these things we take in without knowing, and which lead to which facilitates the aging process. So if it breaks down this and reduces this, tries to break down the cycle of this, some of these organisms we take in. Okay, so by so doing, it now improves our healing and functionality of the body. So I think it's something it's something I would also have to go and do some research on and look into it more. Okay, I'm really interested in this topic and product. Okay, so I would like to do a little more research about it and look into it well. But I know what oxidants are and I know what reductants are. Okay, so I think it's also the same principle that it's working here.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Thanks a lot, Dr. But we have actually been able to see your pedigree and in terms of what you can do. So with all of that, yes, hopefully we will see you in the future researches and everything else. And we'll welcome you to the podium for tonight. Right.
Thank you very much.
Let's go back to Momo. Momo, was it Momo? Are you still here in terms of what the question you asked? If it's been answered, we just have one space for two more comments. Momo, are you still here? Mary?
Yes. Are you
Yes.
speaking to me, Dr. Sunny?
Yes, well, I'm
Hold
speaking
on,
to
hold
you,
on.
Mary. Yes. So
You said Mama or Mary? Sorry.
is actually Mary, but you can speak.
Mary, no, okay, go ahead.
No,
Sorry, I
no.
didn't hear.
You can speak because again, give us your own pedigree and in terms of what you've heard for tonight, Amajua.
In terms of redox,
No,
well, what can I say?
Tell us about yourself first.
Oh,
Before
greetings,
we move
everyone.
on to
I'm Mama
Andrew.
Ajwa,
Before we move on to Andrew, yeah, go on.
registered nurse from the UK and also specialist community public health nurse in health visiting, qualified many years ago, over 20 years ago. I've now relocated to Ghana and I'm here trying to spread the word about the School of Bio-Natural Medicine. In terms of the products, basically, what can I say? Everybody needs it. There's no side effects, so there's no reason why everyone in the world can't be taking it. I myself have the gel that I've been using. I cannot make any claims in terms of my beauty as yet, but yeah.
No, actually, I think
I need to get my hands on some of the water.
No, I think it demonstrated some, yeah, as you can see, and this is what I use all the time myself. Amazing. No.
You're doing something, Mama Ajwa, because you look a lot younger than your age.
Oh, thank you.
Now, just for your information, I actually got the gel because Mama Ajwa is one of our entrepreneurs. We got the gel, although it's not something that we can use by the post. And the DHL were asking us about £100 to get it transported, but it costs us virtually to zero to get it through our entrepreneur that was going to Ghana to get it delivered. So that's for the Saturday program. We're not going to cloud that now with yeah. Thanks a lot, Mama.
Thank you.
Mama Adjoa. Yeah, that's a nickname for Mama Adjoa, a nurse based in the UK for many, many years, over 40 years of practice, now part of not only the ASEA fan, but the advocate. You know what advocate does? They support your cause in terms of, well, let's go now to Patrice. Patrice, are you there? You know, what do you have to say as a health and wellness practitioner, as a student of that? And what do you have to say from what you heard from tonight, Dr. Peggy, and also from our health coach today, our VIP, Trish. Trish, you know, your name is very, very easy for us in the UK. So we just call you Trish. Okay. So that's how we stop. Yeah. Yeah. Carry on, Patrice.
Well, good evening, everyone. No, I think it's fascinating and incredible. You see, you don't exactly go to the pharmacy and pick this up, right? It's not something that you could be prescribed and you just go like, oh, I'm not feeling well, or oh, I need this, and then, oh yeah, just drink this. Here you go. You don't find that every day in any place. You know, it's really unique and it has the potential to revolutionize medicine and healthcare in and of itself. So seeing, for example, Almendra's process of healing and how the molecules actually work in progress of your actual health, well, in helping your body naturally heal, I think it's absolutely incredible. It's not the usual, it's not the norm where something is introduced to your body to make it heal or attack what's attacking you. It's more of your body getting that power to do it itself, so you won't have to rely on other forms of drugs or whatever it is, chemicals, you see. So I believe that is truly something magnificent.
Fantastic.
And even for myself, Dr. Letitia here, I mean, you guys have heard me say many times about myself, but today I was speaking to a lady that I'd introduced to the water, to the redox water, and she was just astounded. She said for a very long time, many years, she suffered from knee pains, and it was always a struggle to get up, and sometimes walking would feel a bit difficult. But since she's been taking it, it's not been even more than a month. She said the pain is gone. She doesn't feel it anymore. So all these testimonies are proof that the product works. You don't have to speak much. Just tell people, you know what, give it a try. There's going to be a lot of skeptical people because people are trained to believe that pharma is what they need. And you can't blame them because there's been a lot of conditioning over the years. So what I just say is try it. Try it, and then you will be your own testimony. That's it.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Letitia. Yeah, do you see conditioning? That's the word, isn't it? That is saying word. Okay, I think Andrew, we have 2 more minutes available to this segment. Andrew, what do you have to say? Give us your background and what you have for tonight from Trish and Dr. Peggy.
Okay, basically, I did audiology. I was an audiological technician for 7 years, and that's working with lots of people who were hearing impaired. And I moved over into IT. I was always into IT, and I've changed career and went to BPP University, where I did health and social care. And then the last uni I went to until COVID came and disrupted everything was Birkbeck, where I did biomedical science. And a lot of the inner workings of the ASEA product would more be like what we did in our chemistry class, biochemistry, where we did exothermic reaction, redundancy, and all these other different things in terms of things backing up cells, mitochondria and ATP, reticular, lots of stuff we did. It was very, very intense. Okay, I'm hoping probably to go back and finish all the bits and pieces regarding that. But tonight, in regards to the breakthrough in terms of the science, the cell signaling, the natural homeostasis in terms of the body being in a homeostatic position in terms of the signaling, the body repairing itself. That is like amazing. And not many products are, probably not any, which is natural. And it bears up to the name of natural medicine, bio-natural medicine, school of bio-natural medicines. And this is what we are promoting. And all natural, the BPI system as well, working in accordance. So it's a question of rolling this out in the right proportion. The sale is right, the product is there. You've got expertise to advise people as to what is this? How can salt water does this? Because some people will say that, but you're got people can explain, like Dr. Tricia did today, and Dr. Peggy, how she explained the actual inner workings of her working, looking at this thing on a cellular level. So this thing is working not just on a big blase level, it's working right down to a cellular level, and it's getting the job done. And I think, I do know that once people realize what's going on here, they will be coming here, but we just need to roll it out on a level where it can be accepted, it can be used. We know it's available within the legal constraint, because when you're doing bio-natural medicine, you're going to get, hassle from all different sorts. But always on the positive, it does keep people from sliding too fast down the slippery slope as you get older. It actually puts a little handbrake on it, gives you some time to recuperate, and who knows, if possible, go back up the hill. But that's my take on it for now. There is so much more, but I've only got 2 minutes. So thank you for giving my 2 minutes.
Very good, Andy. We're very good, Andy. We're going to conclude on Mandela, another health and wellness practitioner. Mandela, can you just introduce yourself and speak about what you've heard for tonight? From Trish and Dr. Peggy.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sani. I'm a very health conscious person, and my background is that I am a general nurse in the first instance, then I upgraded to mental health nursing. While I was doing this, there has been some questions in my line of health, and I got a friend who was practicing as a naturopath. That's why you may see the title ethnomedicine and phytotherapy. Is where I got attracted, and when I get into details to that, he allowed me to work under his wing, because anatomy and physiology are my subjects. I started an apprenticeship. I did some courses online, and during weekend working under his supervision. And I saw a potential in the field of alternative medicine. So they call it alternative medicine. So it's when I decided to come into the UK to further the career. But due to parental responsibility, I got sidelined and eventually got trapped into the rat race. Now, when I saw the School of Bio-Natural Medicine, it re-enkindled me. Along the course, while I was just rat racing, I've done neuro-optic analysis whereby we can see the weaknesses of the body systems through the iris, and herbal medicine. Now I am doing reflexology and nutrition. But the School of Bionatural Medicine has answered all my red race, and particularly in relation to redox solution is a flag for me that I want it to be behind my consulting room wherever I will be globally. When I get all my registration process done, I think I will consult with Dr. Sani to have the best picture, but with redoxin behind my head as a master cure all, because that molecule I do trust, because I am using Kangen water, which is microclustered antioxidant and hydrogen rich, which has got minor molecule, but medicinally, I think I will pair it with redoxin, so to help each other. If you are thirsty, you can have Kangen water, but the redoxin for the medical conditions, I think I raise the flag for it, and I don't have double-minded. It is a way to go.
Fantastic. Fantastic, Mandela. So we're gonna have the final medical practitioner for tonight. Rita, are you there to give us your observation from Dr. Peggy, and our VIP gets on the redox signaling molecule supplement for tonight. Rita, are you there to be able to speak? Introduce yourself. Yeah, we on the distance. Yeah, introduce yourself and just say what your observations are.
My name is Rita. I studied social science, bachelor's in social science, and also pursuing in LD nursing at the moment. I happen to have, let me give you a quick scenario. I happened to call Dr. Sani. I was looking for him after we were stuck at work. We needed to scan a patient remotely because he was a challenging behavior patient, because in the LD field. So I called Dr. and I said, are you there? Can you please help us on ABCD? And it's a very surprising that actually this service, we don't have it on the field right now. And it's so interesting. I'm looking forward to be an advocate, to be an ambassador. And even though the protocols are there, but I'm sure the more you pursue, the more you push, at one day we'll get a breakthrough through this. But we don't have your service, doctor. At the moment I'm doing my practices, placements in, I'm not going to say, in obviously the country main sector. But doctor, we need your service. I don't know how best we can really have your service, or how best they can choose policy. Maybe one of us should write a policy or something. I don't know, but we need your service urgently. Yeah, that's all I can say. I'm so excited.
Very good, Rita. Just very, very quickly, from what you have from the redox signaling molecule this evening, what are some of your comments and your observations?
I believe in natural medicine. I have a history of, my background from my family used to use natural medicine. So I believe in natural medicine. Obviously, I'm not anti other therapies or medicines, but natural medicine is the best way forward, because I think boosting your immunity will conquer a lot. Obviously, we all go to work, we go have family and have responsibilities. But how can we do all this when our immunities are down? You cannot do much. And there's no point working hard and saving all this money that you're not going to be able to enjoy. What's the point? I think health should go first, immunity first. This product is amazing, doctor. We really, really thank you so much for whoever got involved in this research. Blessings to you all, and it's a great product. I'm looking forward. Yeah, I think immunity first and the rest follows.
Very good. Okay, you've all heard it ladies and gents, and these are all people from all the medical profession, all the clinical, and the people who are experts in their own life and so forth. We're not going to take a break. We're just going to share with you our video for the upcoming London Medical Conference, which then we'll show you what is going to be happening on Saturday. Then we will leave the floor open for people to ask their general questions and so forth. Ash, are you there right now to actually share with us in terms of what is actually happening with the upcoming London Medical Conference? Ash is going to actually demonstrate that. Our handy person for tonight.
Welcome to the London Medical Conference 2024, where innovation meets tradition and the future of healthcare is crafted today. On October 19th and 20th, the Queen Mary University in the heart of London will transform into a global hub of medical excellence and collaboration. This is not just a conference. This is a journey into the forefront of medical science and holistic wellness. Join the brightest minds and pioneering experts as they unveil new age technological advancements and timeless healing practices. Our keynote speakers will inspire and challenge you with topics that redefine the boundaries of healthcare. Dive into emerging technologies in healthcare and discover how AI and robotics are revolutionizing patient care. Explore the latest breakthroughs in prostate health, offering hope and new solutions. Delve into pain management strategies that are transforming lives. Learn about homeopathic solutions that blend tradition with modern science, and experience the wisdom of Chinese medicine, integrating patient practices with contemporary health needs. Come and engage in interactive workshops designed to ignite your curiosity and expand your expertise. Network with fellow professionals from around the world, forging connections that will drive your career and enrich your practice. Don't miss this opportunity to be part of something greater. The London Medical Conference 2024 is more than an event. It's a catalyst for change, a beacon of knowledge, and a community of visionaries. Register now and be part of the revolution in healthcare, because the future of medicine starts with us.
Very good. Thanks a lot, Ash, for demonstrating that. Have you registered your position to be at that conference? That conference can be attended either in person in London or virtually anywhere you are, as we have invited universities from all over the globe. Guess what is actually happening right now? A lot of universities are subscribing to all for their own student, right? Listen to this. For their own student to be participant of this particular, where auditorium will be open for a student for the 2 days, like a normal lecture, hearing and listening to advanced medical doctors and other healthcare professionals from all over the world. And at the end of the 2 days, the student will receive a certificate, which is a UK certificate based that can give them CPD, whether they're a student or practitioner like Dr. Nkechi, Dr. Kujo, who was on this platform, Andela. You can apply, or Andrew, or myself, who can apply for that CPD point, 12 CPD point, which is mandatory in the medical field right now. So you can imagine where universities and other colleges are participating, and this is what we actually promote. It is health and wellness on wheels. You don't need to be physically present because technology brings about proximity. Isn't that really amazing? And we will have a whole session that is talking about signaling molecule, because this is a new way, this is a new technology that is going to help so many practitioners with their patient. I mean, today I was just in I went with a therapist who wanted to introduce ASEA, and I went there. I was presenting to the people today. They were just awestruck. So you can imagine where we're going. But I need to make a disclaimer, and this is very important. We are not against allopathy intervention. That's intervening with the pharmacists and so forth. What we're actually supporting, advocating is it has to be situational. It depends on what the situation is. If somebody strike their feet and they are bleeding, we're gonna say yes. Make sure you get the blood clots and all the rest of them, and take the painkiller if you have to take it at that point in time. But for long-term health and longevity, ASEA is the products, not just one of the product, is the product, can bring about sustainable health and wellness to readjust your whole skin and molecule. And that's a disclaimer here, right? The expert health, they are presenting their own experiences from their professional capacity. Our recommendation, you always go back to your GP or your physician to be able to help you to do just that. So this is a Saturday program, which is coming up, and we hope you are able. We are creating entrepreneurs who are able to market our ASEA product globally, not just in the UK, not just in Germany, not just in America, not just in Indonesia, but globally. The more entrepreneurs that we have, the better. But we are looking for 1 million. We're inviting, we're not looking for them, we're inviting 1 million global entrepreneurs by 2030. In fact, if not earlier, for them to be able to run their own product and services in the comfort of any location where they're in. This is what we're going to be doing on Saturday for the entrepreneurship program. What are the benefits? And we're also going to go into the Chinese cultures and medicine. You cannot afford to ignore Chinese at this point in time. 1.3 billion people on the planet is no joke, and they permeate it through every fabric of our life. So welcome you to that particular presentation on this Saturday. Whether you receive an invitation or you don't, use a link that you may have received last week Saturday in terms of what was actually happening with our program for last week. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to open the floor for question and answer for 1 or 2 questions that people may have. Then we will bring the program to a close officially. But just before we do that, our MD, John McKay, is going to say 1 or 2 words. John, the floor is open for you for 1 or 2 words. Then we leave the platform for people to network, mingle, and everything else. So in the meantime, we thank Trish, who had made this possible, and Andrew, Patrice, Trish, and Dr. Letitia, and Mandela, who have been able to make today's presentation a productive one. John, the floor is yours.
That is wonderful tonight. I was interested that your skin's improved, and it made me wonder why. And then I saw the picture of the blood cells clumping. Now, when they clump, blood cells carry oxygen around. So through your veins, yeah, they can force their way through. Capillaries, which go to the skin, etc. If they get blocked, your skin starts to sag or get, it ain't too pretty. And I think that's what they do. I think there are other uses for it, if this is so. And I'm thinking about America's problem with a lot of obesity problems because they pump their meat, the meat producers pump everything full of growth hormones which go into the food chain. And that's why, you know, you've got these very ill people. Now, I think they get a lot of heart attacks, these people. And I think they should be given a declumper to give their circulatory system the best chance it can have of doing its job. Because it's not their fault that they're enormous. It's people who put profit before health. I think similarly, if you think of people who've been addicted to anything, their veins shrink. And if they've got clumped blood cells, well, you've seen these walking scarecrows around London, I'm sure. Heroin, all the rest of it. If we can oxygenate, I suppose, is that a word? Their cells, it can help them get over this stuff. It's a fascinating invention. I can't overpraise it. And it's that picture of the clumped cells, and then a bit of redox, and they open up, and they could do their job. Because otherwise, it's like trying to get your car out of a packed car park, you know. Get it moving, get it flowing. Life flows. It doesn't sort of go bop, 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 bop. And that's it. Now, Sonny said one or two words. You should know better than that because I'm Irish, and it's impossible for us to have one or two words. It's genetic. I can't help it.
John, maybe we might give you some redox signaling molecules that might help to regulate that. We have to go back to Trish and Dr. Peggy. John, no, it's always that. No. Joke apart. John always having a lot of words of wisdom. Absolutely amazing. This platform will never exist without you being present. So officially, the platform will come to a close, and we will open the floor for people to ask question and answer and to network and mingle. Then after the question and answer for the next 2-3 minutes, which means we'll go, then we'll leave the floor open for the musical interlude. But so the question is open. Here. Yes, Judy.
Yeah, can I say something?
Yes, please, Judy. So this is the question time now.
Yeah, and then I want to show the face again. If you can share, I can share the screen to you, but I'm using my gel on both sides now. If you can remember last time I showed you my half size, and then now my skin, the line is gone both sides because I'm using both sides now. Do you want me to share to you the old picture?
Yes,
before?
please. I mean, this is what is called the wild hour, Judith, where people can share a lot of different things. I'm going to make you a co-host.
Oh, yeah.
If you can make Judy a co-host because you are very quick in terms of getting all of these in progress.
Yeah.
You can make, okay, Judy.
Can I share things now?
You're already a co-host, Judith. Yeah.
Okay. Go to share. Okay. Google Drive photo. And then, yeah. Quickly, I think I'm ready for that. Ready. Redox. Can you see my skin now? This is my left and right skin difference when I'm using on the right side only. And can I close it now? And then you can see my skin now. Can you see my skin?
Tighter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's tighter
So-
on the original one.
Yeah,
it's
the
a bit
original
longer.
one side is different than the other one. But I want to share one very amazing thing. So we'll get to share my screen. I want to show you, if I show you the Google Drive, hopefully I can do that. The Facebook, I will tell you this quickly if I cannot share with you. What happened, my dog have a diarrhea. Can you see the, yeah, no, it's not there. I have my dog Charlie have a diarrhea for 7 years. And what happened 3 weeks ago, I have taken her to holiday, and then she's starting the diarrhea, and I didn't bring any medicine at that time. And then I only have Radox Renew 28. Trust, you cannot believe it. I have to give it to him because I'm leading my senior member group to holiday, and my dog diarrhea will last 4 days at least. It's a bloody diarrhea, and every 3 hours. I cannot believe myself. After he taking the Renew 28, and it stopped straight away on that day. And I have been suffer for 7 years, and he has been suffer for 7 years. I have no choice because I don't have medicine at that time. I tried the Renew 28, fit it to my dog Charlie, and the diarrhea stopped since then. I have nothing to say more than that because of my personal experience.
Wow.
Thank you.
Didi, what more can I say? The reader signaling, as John had just mentioned, is what it is. And it's what everybody needs to know. And most of the doctors' friends that are here tonight and other healthcare practitioners, you have got another hand. One hand cannot clap, no matter how hard you try. But when you bring the other hand, which is relatively inferior, can you see? The two hands can clap. That's what reader signaling molecule does. And it is your responsibility, and it is mine, to make this known so that the doctors and the healthcare professional, they have a tool that they can use to support many, many ailing people around the globe. So it's not only just good for human, as I said earlier, and as you heard from Judith, it's also good for our animal. If you have cat, dog, parrot, whatever, if you have a friend who is actually in his game of football, endurance, and America would say endurance, right? But we're in England. Endurance and everything else are optimized in terms of the way our body functions. So we have gone into the wild hour, which means anyone can make any comment in terms of what it is, and the platform will officially close in the next 7-8 minutes. So the floor is open and you can raise any questions. Yes, Dr. Maha Abbas, I was just going to call on you, and if you want to share your own experience with us on today's presentation. Trish is still here. Trish, we are so grateful. You just cannot imagine, right? I know every minute of your time, it counts a lot. And I am glad that you are still here to listen to all our concerns, because the purpose of ASEA is for us to support as many people as possible. And that's the interest of the many medical professionals on this particular platform tonight. Yeah, Dr. Abbas, Trish is here to listen to you.
So yeah, first, thank you so much for this nice lecture and nice information. Very good and informative information I've got today. Thanks to Rita for inviting me today. I'm Dr. Maha Abbas, a lecturer for health and social care for several years and a worldwide accredited lecturer and biomedical scientist formally registered in the Healthcare Professional Council. So when you was presenting the lecture, to be honest, I had no information at all about the redox, but I just remember something. One of my colleagues in the university where I'm working now in the Middle East, in Iraq mainly, she has presented her work, her practical work she has produced products out of water and salt by analyzing water and salt using chemical and physical procedure. And she produced a molecule that can clarify, detoxify the sewage and make it clear water. So when I saw her presentation, it was like 4 months ago, it was like brilliant, brilliant. She made all people clap for her. And when I listen to the information you've just introduced, it comes to my mind that maybe that redox was maybe the same product that's somehow or similar that was invented somehow because it was only water and salt. That's why I kept it in mind. And while she was talking, I said to myself, oh my God, how come only molecules out of water and salt, NaCl, that can make this detoxification, clarification, how to say it, cleanliness of the sewage and make it like clear water. So yes, that can be. Yes, thank you so much for the information. And we wish that we can contribute to these findings. Yeah. Thank you again for this chance of attending the webinar. And we hope really to make change, a big change in the world regarding this, especially for the cosmetic.
Dr. Mahat, we are so glad to have you here. And we'll be working with you very closely because Iraq is actually one of our favorite countries that we want to bring these things about, and you can be one of our representatives. But let me just ask if Trish can actually have 1 or 2 words for you. Trish, are you still there for Dr. Mahat? Please.
I just want to say I enjoyed hearing from everyone all around the world, Iran, Saudi Arabia. It's amazing. And just appreciate everyone's, intellectual statements and all the support that they have given to this webinar tonight. So thank you.
Thank you, too. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maria Boss. Thank you.
Thank you there. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Trish, for all of that. So, Dr. Mahat, we will be discussing on a one-on-one and see how we can bring this redox signaling molecule through your investigations and everything else so that we can make this a reality in Iraq itself, a beautiful, magnificent country that everybody will covet it to actually be their own country around the world. Yeah, excellent stuff. Okay.
Thank you.
Right, Rita, do you have to make any comment for Dr. Mahat's comment that we just heard? Rita?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see my previous source of my knowledge. He was my lecturer a long time ago, and I'm so blessed to have you here again. And
thank you, Rita.
I kept the knowledge. I'm still learning, but I'm not there yet. So thank you for your contribution to what I know now. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you as well.
Perhaps you can share it with you share my detail with Dr. Mahat, and we can keep on communicating in terms of you being from Iraq and being instrumental to our upcoming London Medical Conference in London in 2024. We will also give you an invitation. If you cannot come, then it can be done virtually.
Yeah, that would be good.
Any country you're in. Okay, we got
Thank you.
1 minute left. Anyone with any other comment before we pass on to our host, our grand host for tonight? And the comment we will appreciate and we will take it. One more comment, only one we got left.
Stunned silence.
Okay, let's go to Claire. Claire, what have you got to say for tonight? You got 30 seconds or less. Claire, are you there? Hello, Claire. Otherwise, we ask Andrew to take over from you. Claire?
Okay.
Claire? Yeah.
One of the people we seem to have, I would like to take the time to congratulate is Mr. Verdis Norton, who is one of the people who made the breakthrough maybe many years ago and brought this redox signaling molecule to us, so we can more or less roll it out to various people around the globe. And as I said, every time I hear testimonies and lectures on this product, be it the gel, the supplements, the drink, and loads of other stuff regarding our surrounding this product, cell signaling and so on, is amazing. And we're all here to bring this thing to fruition. We need to get it rolling, because I'm sure it's sitting somewhere on shelves somewhere. We don't want it on the shelves. We want it to the people who are not well today.
It's actually off the shelf. It's available right now. And Trish, not Trish, Ash, you can actually put it in where people can actually order the product. But finally, we're now going to go to Teresa. T, are you able to speak now from what your observation and for what you have for tonight? You are the final speaker for tonight. Trish, the floor is open right now. T, are you there? Don't miss this opportunity for you to speak, because it's not every day you have Trish to be on this particular podium. If you miss, then which means you have to wait for another month for you to have the opportunity of speaking to Trish. Teresa, are you there? T?
Trish is not here. She just left.
Oh, okay. She just left. Okay. Right. She'll be coming back on Saturday, but she had to wait for another whole month. So back to you now to
Ash.
for you to conclude for tonight's meeting and event.
All right, guys, I hope you had fun today, and I feel Trish was incredible. She's just brilliant as always. I look forward to meeting each and everybody at the London Medical Conference and your friends. We are a family. We want to expand as much as possible. And finally, I bid you goodbye for now, and I eagerly await you seeing this Saturday at 10 a.m. UK time.